Hello, this is Jeffrey here. Hold up, let me pause these. I just paused my headphone. They look good over my blue cap. Yeah. This is my raw roll for today. I got a brown belt on because it's brown in these socks. These are my favorite socks. I'm in the activity room here in my apartment. Some of this work is different artists here. I won't get their apartment numbers in the frame. This guy Billy is a friend of mine. Okay, it says inspired by Billy. Okay, photographed by somebody else. Yesterday I did a video and deleted it. Oh, it's just turned midnight on it, and it's the 3rd of March 2023. I deleted the video I did yesterday because I was like struggling to say my next word and kept on saying, you know what I'm saying? And then I kept correcting myself for saying that too much, and I don't really want to just say it all the time. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but I don't really want to say it all the time. Okay, yesterday I had some errands. Yesterday I went on some errands. I like the way I'm talking so far now. And one of them was at Thriftland. Somebody gave me these before I left. I just looked up how to pronounce that word. Picante. and the person said, "You want them?" I said, "Yeah." And I said, "If I don't like them, I just throw them away." He said, "No, just give them to the bird. Just give them to the birds. Promise me you'll feed the birds." So I'm gonna have to keep my word. But hopefully I like them, and okay, they come from Sprouts. I go to Sprouts a lot. By the way, I get my natural soap from Sprouts, and I was just thinking yesterday or the day before, wow, this soap sure lasting a while. It costs right at $5, and the bar is about something like that, and I stretch it. What in the world is this drawing? Anyway, I'm gonna try to remember the things I said in that video I deleted. Oh, one of them is I'm glad I got. Let me get in some light over here. I'm glad I fixed my brakes on the back, so I did what I've been doing, just loosen and tighten as needed the cable, and I've been doing that. It ain't been working, and it ain't been working when other people do it. That is, it's been touching when it don't supposed to touch, when we have done in the past, concluding me, and not touching enough when it's supposed to touch. But those things are resolved now. And I looked up at the skies and said, "Thank you, God." But I'm the one did it, but I did pray for it, so He get all the glory, and I'm more safer now, So I'm in here biding my time until my laundry is ready about 5 more minutes it'll be ready. I can give it to 25 though after midnight, so I can get everything in here I want to get in. What else I said in that video? I talked about how Christ is coming soon and we need to be ready. Both believers and unbelievers need to be ready. Believers need to be ready in the sense that they need to be living well-pleasing to Christ when he come in the rapture. The rapture is when he come in the clouds and snatch believers away, believers will disappear. He won't even come to the earth in the rapture. The word rapture just means snatched away, taken away, and so on. And then unbelievers need to be ready in the sense that they need to be ready for the rapture so they can go too. And because the church, his church, he will rapture before the Great Tribulation, which is the worst time in human history. And believers will be in heaven when that occurs for 7 years on earth. And some of the purposes of the tribulation is to save the whole nation of Israel. God is going to bring them, restore that nation spiritually back to himself. As Old Testament prophets, one after another, promise, in the last days. And we are in the last of the last days. I'm not going to give no date when he's going to return in the rapture and when he's going to return to earth. 7 years after the rapture. 7 years after the rapture, while believers are in heaven, 7 years after the rapture, Christ is going to come from heaven with the believers that was there. Rather, that's how I want to say it. And put down this world's armies and establish his 1,000-year rule. When Christ come back to earth, he's going to have to force his way on earth because the armies of the world is not going to let him. They're going to try not to let him, but they ain't going to be able to stop him, with no matter what weapons they got, they ain't going to be able to stop the Lord from coming. Matter of fact, the Bible says he's going to slay them all, the world armies, and the blood going to flow 200 miles, about the height of a horse's bridle. Anyway, and Christ's going to establish a peaceful kingdom on this earth to last for 1,000 years and beyond. And the reason Christ needs to come back is to right the wrongs, is to give a lasting peace to this earth, in this world. We only can have a measure of it now, and though world rulers want it, it still is wars and rumors of wars. And Christ said in the end time it's going to be such. And there are famines, food shortages, not so much in America, but it probably will be, in the tribulation. There are these pestilences and diseases, we see that. And here recently, COVID and the different strands. There are earthquakes. And let us pray for these people going through these situations, And each generation has experienced these type of last day signs, which Christ said going to close out this age. But no generation except ours have seen the budding of the fig tree. Christ said, when you see this, the budding of the fig tree, summer is nigh. Literally, he means that. It's a fact. When you see the budding of trees and stuff, summer is close. It's a sign of spring, new life. Now, in a spiritual sense, Israel, nation Israel, represent the fig tree is a symbol of Israel. Isaiah 5:7 is the verse for that. And Israel budded or became a nation. Christ is talking prophecy, so Israel became a nation in independent nation in 1948. And generation in the Bible is different times. 35 years. I think that's the most typical one. 40 years is a generation in the Bible. They got several different generations. I think 70 years is there in the Bible as a generation, and about 75 years ago, Israel became a nation. And Christ said, those that live to see this, see the fig tree blossom, become a nation. This generation will not pass away before all these things be fulfilled. So a lot of people, he could have meant people that see Israel become a nation will not all die out before these end time prophecies I'm talking about be fulfilled. Or in my Bible, there's a note that says he could have meant the preservation of the Jewish race will continue till all these things be fulfilled. Okay, let me read this here. This is a note in my Bible, study Bible. Let me see. This generation, no one living when Jesus spoke these words lived to see all these things come to pass. However, the Greek word can mean race or family, which makes good sense here. That is, the Jewish race will be preserved in spite of terrible persecution until the Lord comes. So this is in Matthew chapter 24, the illustration, the fig tree. Now learn a parable of the fig tree, which when his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh or near. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily, that means truly. Verily or truly, I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. Then he goes into how conditions will be like in Noah's day when he come back. So we all need to be ready. Believers can live and serve God and love God to the point where they can get a reward. And 2 Corinthians 5:10 encourage believers to, be living right so they can get a reward, be rewarded from Christ, when he comes. So they can hear his well done, good and faithful servants. Enter into the joy of your Lord. And unbelievers need to be ready in the sense that they need to accept Christ. So I encourage you all to check out the videos on YouTube titled Watchman River. This guy named Tom, he goes down by the river wherever he's shooting the videos in his car and just, shares the day's news and shows how today's news is relating to Bible prophecy, end time prophecy, and these things that Christ said will occur in the last days occurred in other generations. But we, the only generation, have seen Israel become a nation, though it was 1948, so therefore we can say that it is near his coming. And they had the technology here to fulfill just about everything in Revelation. The mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is a identification that will be required of everybody to buy, sell, and to work even, and to go see a doctor, you got to present the mark of the beast. And they can put chips in everybody on Earth right now. They got computers to monitor everybody, and wow. And they got satellite TV, and today, the whole world can see a program at the same time. In the Revelation chapter 11, the two beasts. The beast, who which is another name for the Antichrist, will conquer and kill the two witnesses. God had two witnesses. Nobody could kill them or hurt them while ministry was going on. I think it was for half of the tribulation it was going on, and God allows them to be killed, and they was God's witnesses during the tribulation. In other words, God is not without witness. So so when they were allowed to be killed, they was laid in the streets for 3.5 days, I believe. Yeah, 3.5 days. And over there in Revelation 11, the world sent gifts when the whole world viewed them unburied. They wouldn't even let them be buried, because the Bible said they tormented them and they preached the word and nobody could stop it, and they had the ability to afflict everybody that tried to harm them while they was alive. So the world was glad, and they sent gifts to one another. They had their Christmas. So, but after 3.5 days, the Spirit came in them, and in front of everybody that's watching them lay dead, they watched them go up into the sky, rise up into the sky, resurrect up into the sky. So they saw that too. And I'm pretty sure they didn't like that, but they couldn't stop it. After that was a big earthquake. So, and there have been a lot of earthquakes here recently, and I pray for the aftermath over there in Turkey and other nations. Earthquakes have occurred. Okay, so we're certainly in the last days. Okay, so what else was on my list? What else was on my list? My clothes is ready, but I'm just trying to wrap this up. Whatever. Oh, what was on my list? My list is in my pocket, and I meant to say what was in that other video that I forgot. This one is not going to be as long as that one. Matter of fact, I was putting some notes on things I forgot to put in that. Okay, I already spoke on that father. I was correcting by everybody. Okay, meant to say it, water runs out. Oh, I had yesterday 4 water bottles, and I bought a 5th one. Because sometimes when I'm out, I exhaust the 4 water bottle. They like metal, stainless steel, so the sun won't, harm the water, In the sun, I don't need water bottles, plastic. The sun can melt the chemicals, So I bought me another one, and 5th time. And then, because sometimes I be almost ready to run out of 4 water bottles. Then I said on the video that I deleted that if I run out of 5, I can go for 6. But I said if I run out of 4, and that's why I meant to say it. But when I looked at the video, I didn't know I was going to delete it until I seen too many mistakes. Forgot to show pictures on the phone. I guess I could do that right here on the last video. I'm a little over time on the clothes, but I get them in a minute. They ready. to go in the dryer. And I think I forgot. No, I didn't forget. Yeah, somebody, I learned this off, picked this up off of somebody that does it. I got another one in there. And they go in your clothes in the dryer. The name of them is Bounce. I think they're supposed to make your stuff smell better. I got this big old activity room to myself. In the kitchen yesterday I found, it might have been 2 days ago, I found this. And it don't taste that good, but it's natural. That's the name of it, it's natural. All ingredients is natural, or most of them on the back. Weird tea. You know, so I got to drink, I drank maybe a third of it and put it back in the ice box. I got to drink some more. And I finally got around to frying some eggs on our apartment stove. But somebody done moved them 2 knobs over there, and I tried to turn them, and you can't turn them. Fortunately, that knob is on now. Wow, I wonder what resident did that. That's my eggs. I ate most of them at breakfast this morning, yesterday morning, so I'm gonna eat the rest of them. That's 5 eggs I scrambled. Then this is like a lizard I saw when I came back to my apartment. And then he looked like he wanted to come in, then he ran down a ways. When I saw this, I got on my knees and looked down there and made sure, seeing if it was opening, but it wasn't no opening. You know, the padding on the bottom, I'm glad they got it all the way to the floor. Cause my apartment is like, that's the emergency door. My apartment is, he would have come up in there possibly. But okay, but I got my rug is on the very end under the door, and I had a maintenance guy that used to work here to put nail one of them deals, you know, that keep stuff out. I don't know the name of them. A shield at the bottom. Okay. Ooh, I don't post. I need to delete that, my ID. That was by Jack in the Box. My ID now I'm saying ID. That was my bike by 2 days ago by Jack in the Box. And this new seat that I was bragging on yesterday in the video I deleted, it barely comes up. That's a shorter bag than I really normally have, so it barely comes up. So I enjoyed sitting on that seat yesterday. Glad I got it. That's me sitting on that little seat in the hospital. I need to get the name of it and put it in the comments. That was a setup appointment for colonoscopy, which gonna be April the 17th. I was in there waiting on the doctor, waiting on the PA to come back. One of them is both of them was the same, because one of them I brightened up. This is a video, 11 minutes, so I need to delete that. Let me delete that right now. Look, I just moved it to the trash. This was a nice, about 3 days ago, it was a nice meal, healthy meal. I just finished off that Minute Maid today. When me and a friend was shopping, I had some orange juice that had more sweetness than that. She pointed me to this, and it had less sweetness, and I think it was more healthy. Anyway, lately in Thriftland, I've been taking pictures of my different outfits. This was one of them toilet paper deals a resident gave me. So I got two now, toilet paper holder. And a friend of mine gave me another one in the past. I just figured out how this is a better option right here than having these hangers up on top. Sometimes I reach up there and get them and they fall down or something. Then I couldn't stack them up there neat because it's, up. I didn't want to get on a chair just to do that. I just put them up there and they was bunched up. So I like that a whole lot better. These pictures I've been taking for possibly a photo collage. That's the way my top of my commode look. Them bold deals that make the water in the commode down below blue. I put one in there and it was badly turning it blue, so I put the other one in there. I was supposed to just put one, but my water was too high. It wouldn't go down like the instructions said. When the water is, a couple of inches, I guess because the commode top part is like that, and we're not with the ball like the old, I guess the water wouldn't go down that far, but it just stays high when you flush it, kind of high. But for 3 or 4 days, that water been blue with two of them in there, so I'm just doubling it up, y'all. Yeah, now I'm glad I'm doing that, turning the water blue instead of with Bibby and Comet and Ajax. After I flushed it, stirring the water up with that I put in it to get it to be blue. But some of the Ajax and Bibby turns white. But with this I know for sure it's gonna be blue. So we live and learn new stuff all the time in life. Another video, 7 minutes, I gotta delete this. That's 7 minutes. Taking up my memory because I already uploaded them. Oh well, I done touched some acting and I gotta start over, so I can just do that later. All right, let me get on in my, go on and put these clothes in the laundry. The dryer. And get back to my apartment and chill out. I'm glad I got a little nap. And I really feel refreshed. But then I told myself I don't need to let that nap keep me up all night. So it's already going on about 21 till 1 a.m. A new day. Everybody have a great new day on this third, and be ready because Jesus is coming soon.